SLFP caught between two worlds. Raking up old garbage will be elephant's undoing. What did Ravi K do at Shangri-La Hotel in Hambantota? NPP now in film industry too.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
SLFP caught between two worlds. The 18th of April is intended to be a crucial day for the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, when courts take up again the petition filed by Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, over which an injunction became effective against Maithripala Sirisena from functioning as the party's chairman. However, it was reported that a senior vice president of the party had said that Sirisena was still very much their chairman, and they will prove before courts on that day who the lawful members of their executive committee are. The appointment of Nimal Siripala as the acting chairman is against the law, that party big shot said further. CBK, in her petition, cites the grave damage caused to the party due to Sirisena's irresponsible conduct as the chairman, and also refers to the Easter Sunday attacks over which he has been found guilty and ordered to pay compensation, as well as political turmoil he got involved during the good governance regime. Since his retirement as the president, Sirisena remains in the chairmanship in an arbitrary manner, and he has no lawful right to remain in that position, CBK adds in the petition. That petition will be heard by the Colombo District Court on April 18th. On the same day, the Election Commission will meet and decide on the new decisions taken by the SLFP's Politburo, including Nimal Siripala's appointment. While all other parties are forming alliances and fortifying their camps in preparation for the upcoming presidential polls, the SLFP is caught between two worlds. The court ruling will be quite decisive for that party. Raking up old garbage will be elephant's undoing. President Ranil Wickremesinghe and Minister Harin Fernando attended a New Year festival at Mipilimana in Nuwara Eliya. The female announcer asked the president how he had become so handsome. His prompt answer with a grin was, "I became handsome by joining the UNP." Heard by all over loudspeakers, that sent everybody present into fits of laughter. It appears that the president has changed his wardrobe. He seems like a sharp-dressed man. Earlier, he wore baggy trousers and those with him wondered when they would fall off. This change in his attire is the result of advice given by his campaign team. Several of its members are now on the island. They are being coordinated by President's Chief of Staff and National Security Advisor, Sagala Ratnayaka. For Sagala, the New Year period was quite busy at the Presidential Secretariat. He didn't accompany Ranil to Nuwara Eliya or went to his Deniyaya home either. He convened a media briefing and explained what transpired during his London talks on the debt restructuring process with Sri Lanka's bondholders. He is catching the attention of UMP seniors due to his social media campaign in the new year. His post wished for fresh hopes in the new year. Also, with regard to work in the new year, he themed it on doing duties properly. It is quite a wonder as to why he is personally campaigning thus in the new year, even though the presidential candidates themselves haven't done anything of the sort. According to sources at his office, Sagala will set everything aside and take up Ranil's campaign duties from May 1st. Some at Sirikotha believe that other UMP seniors too should follow suit, without running after the Rajapaksas. If they haven't made up their minds to forget old garbage and go on a new journey, that will be the undoing of the party and the supporters. Elephants will have to make sure that they do not become destitute, since they will have nowhere to turn to in such an eventuality. What did Ravi K do at Shangri-La Hotel in Hambantota? 2 more SLPP MPs to join with SJB. Although Ranil and the Namal faction of the SLPP are having their differences, media claims a possibility of the two parties contesting under a single symbol. Lanka C News reports that an extensive alliance by them to target the presidential polls is taking shape. Talks underway for the two to reach agreement on national policies have so far been unsuccessful. A final consensus will see a candidate contesting under a different symbol. Failing that, the SLPP will name its own candidate, the website quoted a party spokesman as saying. Anyway, Ravi Karunanayake spent the new year at Shangri-La Hotel in Hambantota. Several big shots of both the government and the opposition too stayed there at the same time. Ravi K and some SLPP MPs discussed matters for many hours, with Namal reached over the phone several times. A strong government critic among them told him, "You will have to keep an eye on government ministers. We are told that 2 ministers are going to join the SJB after the presidential election is announced." In the meantime, the Namal faction is visiting the electorate and raising public awareness in a bid to prepare for any election. Johnston Fernando says the SLPP will prove many false and rise up from the ashes. People know the truth that attempts at its eviction from politics with accusations of being thieves will endanger the entire country, he claims. Anyway, age-old political practices are not valid any longer after the economic crisis and Aragalaya. Everyone will have to accept the truth and get used to it accordingly. NPP now in film industry too. A post that went viral on social media claimed the JVP is now making films. It was over the commencement of a film named Father. The crime thriller is based on true events of the 1970 to 1990 period. Directed by Shaminder Jayasuriya, it also has seniors in the field such as Chamara Prasanna Kodituaku, Vishwajit Karunaratne, Wimal Ketipearachchi, Anu Sivalingam, Chintaka Getadeva, Damika Hewaduate, Priyantha Waninayake, and Chamal Akalanka Polwataj. The cast includes Saumya Leonaj, Pujana Dandania, Jagath Manuwarna, Bimal Jayakodi, Chandani Seneviratne, Dilhani Asokamala, Shavyur Kanishka, Sanath Wimalasiri, Manoja Fernando, Shyam Fernando, and Anjana Premaratne. Shooting of the film is due to begin soon. The talk of JVP involvement is maybe due to most artistes in it being connected to that party. Furthermore, Sudath Mahadivulwewa's My Red Comrade will start screening from May 3rd, which has garnered quite the attention. It remains to be seen if both have anything to do with propaganda in support of the JVP. Some wonder if Anura Kumara Dissanayake is copying Indian Premier Narendra Modi's tricks since his visit to India recently. Anyway, 2024 will decide the near future of the country. It will determine the fate of 22 million people who are coming out of their worst ever economic crisis. Being cautious is good for everybody's health. That's it for today.